officers from the warrant team. They were out trying to serve warrants on 2 people. I'm going to withhold their names so that we can notify family, because one of them's been shot. We want to make sure that mom and dad and everybody knows that they're okay and those kind of things. But we had a couple of vehicles chasing the guy and the girl. I think the girl was driving. Bad guy gets up with an AK-47 style weapon and starts shooting at our officers and hitting the car. So our officers returned fire, and it ended up over off of 221 on Thurgood Marshall, Julian Bond area, in that general region. And the bad guy, when we got out of the car chasing him, he started shooting at us some more. So officers returned fire, and I know they hit him in the leg. Don't know which one, don't know how high up or whatever. But the bad guy proceeds to go and kick a door open to a home with an older lady there, a grandma and a granddaughter was in the home. And we were able to take the guy into custody with no more shots being fired. Now, first thing I want you to know is the officers acted so professional in the training. You know, they had a right to shoot at him more. Could have killed him. Obviously, we were thanking God that nobody was killed, especially our officers. And I think that the good Lord, well, I know that the good Lord put a hedge of protection around them to keep them safe. And a few of our cars have been shot up, and I want the community to know that that's not going to be tolerated. We're trying to be prepared for those things. We certainly don't want those kind of things to go on, but the deputies are not going to tolerate any of that kind of behavior at all. We're out here protecting and serving, and we were just going to serve some warrants. It went from there to several attempted burglary, first degree. A lot of bad things is going to happen now for this guy and this girl because of their actions. I'm telling you, it's only by God's hand that none of our officers got shot. We don't want to hurt anybody. I want y'all to hear me say that. But we're not going to be fired at, and we're not going to be treated that way. We're going to be professional at it. I'm thankful that the bad guy didn't die. I mean, I am. But I'm also thankful that those officers had enough courage to keep approaching a guy that had an AK-47 style weapon and didn't just fill him up with holes. Those kind of things tend to turn out real bad one way or the other. So we're very, very thankful that none of the deputies were hurt. We give God thanks and praise for that. We got a lot of people started texting saying they were praying for us. I want you to know that all our guys are good. Our guys and our girls are good. The lady was found like 1 block over after she ran and went into a home. I'm not sure how she got in this home. We're trying to still figure that out. But every charge that can be put on them is going to be put on them. I mean, that's generically basically all I can tell you. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, anytime we have an officer involved shooting, we always make sure to let them check and double check and make sure that everything was done correctly. And from all first appearances, it certainly was. So, I appreciate the community that has reached out, and some people have stopped by. When they seen us out there, I want to make sure that we were all right and making sure we were good, because that's the kind of relationship that we got in our communities, and we want to keep that. But we're not going to tolerate that kind of behavior, so I want y'all to hear that. I want to talk to your buddies, talk to your friends. It's not a good idea to try to hurt us, because we're just simply not going to tolerate that. And nobody in the country is going to tolerate that. So, some of the people that we have to deal with, a lot of it is just a warrant, and you still get a day in court. There's a possibility if your attorney can prove that you didn't do it, then they're going to let you go. But it gets pretty final when you have to do some shooting. So I'll try to answer questions if I can, but I mean, I've given you about all I can. So.
What were the warrants for?
I know one of them on the guy was drug trafficking. I believe both of them were actually. There was 5 warrants on him and 4 on the girl.
So can you just describe the gun to us a little bit? Was it registered? Was it bump stock?
Don't know that yet. Don't know any of that. I know one thing. It was being fired at our deputies, so I don't really care if it was registered or stolen. But I don't understand. You know, people are talking about gun control. These are the kind of people that's going to have them. They're not going to follow the rules. They've already proven that. So, gun control is not the answer on this. You know, we have to stand up for that Second Amendment right. But I'm a firm believer too. If you're going to own a weapon, you need to make sure that you know how to use it and you do it properly. So, I don't know. I'll find out. And the Cyclone Law Enforcement Division can fill you in on some more of those things when they get the questions answered.
Can you describe more of where you guys serve these warrants, and then throughout the entire hunt for them in the chase, what procedures or precautions you all had to take?
Well, obviously we had to take cover. You know, it's hard to do that when you're in a vehicle chase. You know, he didn't just put the deputies in jeopardy. He put all the neighborhood people and the innocent people around him in jeopardy. So, you know, I thought the officers did a really good job of continuing to pursue this bad guy, even though they were getting shot at, and their vehicles were getting hit as well. So we served the warrants on the girl at the detention, and that's where we'll serve the gentleman. We'll serve them all at the detention center. Yes, sir.
What was the background of, you had slightly mentioned, what was the background of the individuals involved? Did they have a long background?
I'm not going to say yes or no because I don't know, but I'm going to say that I know we had some involvement with them in the past because we had warrants on them. So, you know, and there were drug warrants. You know, they were felony warrants. So.
Where did the chase start?
It started somewhere on Pine Street, about all I can tell you, and it was around 12 o'clock, probably the busiest time of the day.
How was he shooting at the deputies?
He was standing up out of the sunroof and turned around and was shooting at all of our deputies. So it wasn't just some arbitrary pointing over his shoulder. He stood up and took aim at our guys.
We understand deputies were looking for a silver four-door sedan. Is that in connection to this?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was the one.
That's the car that you all were chasing?
Yeah, yes, sir. I'm pretty sure it was. When we were out there on the scene, there was that one in a blue vehicle. I'm pretty certain it was the silver one that they were in.
Can you go over the conditions, the status of those 2 suspects right now?
Well, one's being treated and released at the local hospital. He'll be taken to the detention center, and the girl, you know, she didn't incur any injuries from us. I don't know what happened to her while she was running or any of that stuff, but, you know, she gave up when we got to her.
Sheriff, excuse my ignorance. Do your deputies have a body camera?
Yes, sir, we all have body
Is that
cameras.
something that you looked at already, or something you anticipate to look at?
No, I'm gonna let SLED do that first, and then I will check it out, so. But yeah, I will be looking at it, but it'll be after the Cyclone Law Enforcement Division does their thing, because, you know, we don't hide anything, as you guys know. We don't hide anything at all. I can't see whether they did, after the point of the shots being fired, you know, the officers have to do whatever they have to do to survive, so.
Any idea how many deputies fired their weapons?
I don't know. There's a few. Now, I know there's more than 2 or 3, but I don't know exactly how many. And I will be happy to give you that information once I find it out.
The woman whose door he kicked in, was she hurt? Anybody in that home hurt?
No, I spoke with her and her beautiful granddaughter, and thank God, you know, that, and see, that's what I'm talking about the officers making good decisions. They understood that other people was in that home. You know, they understood that other people were in that home, and that just arbitrarily shooting up in there was not a good thing. So they put their lives on the line and went in and was able to get on top of him and get him handcuffed and get him the medical attention immediately, and then that's when we started looking for the girl.
And that home was on Julian Bond Avenue?
I think it was. I think so. We were all over Thurgood and Marshall and Julian Bond, so I mean it's all kind of run together. You know, I got a phone call from dispatch that said you got officers being shot at. You know, everything goes into the uh-oh mode. Let's go help. So we were all trying to race out there. Everybody, you know, there were different departments that came out there. The highway patrol helped us. You know, we saw a lot of people out there, you know, trying to help the officers that were being put in peril. So thank God that, you know, I'm so thankful right now. I don't know what to tell you, that I'm not standing here talking to you about one of our officers being hurt and the condition of them. I am. So, guys, I believe that's about all I can answer. Yeah, I get you. Go ahead.
What message do you want to send to anyone else who might try something like this?
Well, I mean, if you shoot at us, we're gonna shoot you back. You know, we don't wanna do that. I'm just gonna let you know that is not our intent. Our intent is to always peacefully make an arrest, always, you know, try to make sure that everybody in the community is served equally, but we are not gonna tolerate that behavior. None. Not gonna be no talking about it, not gonna be no discussion, no negotiation. You're not gonna hurt our deputies. I think that's about good enough, don't you think?
Sure, thank you.
Have a great day. Thank y'all.